We're on!
Hey!
Maybe, hopefully. Yeah, hello. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Wednesday
Wisdom.
Wisdoms. I knew I get the name right one of these days.
Eventually.
Yep. So now we're just kind of waiting, get some people signed in and listening, and so in the meantime we're just yabber, 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 yabber. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy.
Bring them.
How's the picture? We good?
Hopefully everything's
She's really
good.
good.
Terry, hi,
Hi,
Terry.
Terry.
Bring them Beth is there and Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Private joke. Never mind. We can't talk to you about that. Well, we could, but
We could.
you know, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, we won't. We could.
It's mystery. It's a mystery.
It is. Boy, I'll tell you, I never, ever, 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 ever thought that I would be so happy about signing in and waiting 2.5 hours to get my hair cut.
Look at this.
Oh my God. I literally am 2 pounds heavier. Lighter. I was 2 pounds heavier then. No, not really, but it was a lot of hair.
That was a lot of hair.
For me.
Most I've ever
I haven't had
seen.
that long since I used to live up in the mountains and heat with a wood stove and have no TV or radio or
When he was a heathen.
garbage
He was a
or
heathen.
paper or anything.
He was a
Nothing.
mountaineer.
Yeah, 10 years lived in the mountains.
Full beard.
Full beard.
It was red.
Go outside chopping wood in the wintertime, literally have icicles hanging down. Loads of fun. Okay, we can get going. All right, jokes. Okay, these are stupid jokes that...
So we're jokes. I hope I don't get the giggles tonight.
I do too.
No guarantees.
No.
You never know about me.
Yeah, we'll see how many of these Jan knows this time. These are not maybe quite as easy, but we'll see. We'll see. Why did the dog say meow? He was trying to learn a second language. Don't look too deep with these things. What's a cat's favorite song?
Let me out?
Well, close, but song. 3 Blind Mice.
Oh.
Of course. What do you get when you cross a dog and a dandelion? A cauliflower.
Oh.
I know. Which game do cats like to play with mice? Catch.
But not release.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Catch and snack.
Yeah, we do find remnants in the driveway, pieces.
Oh,
of
don't
kind
tell
of,
people.
yeah. Our cat's a heathen.
Well, she's just supplementing her income.
She is. Okay, I'm done.
That's it for you?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Now you can do your thing, and
I can do my thing?
I can go look at people's comments and
Okay.
report.
So,
yeah, do remember, if you do have things you want to ask Jan, go ahead and do that, and I will tell her at some point, maybe,
Okay.
if I'm bribed enough. So, bye.
Hi there. So, welcome to Wednesday Wisdoms. I wanted to chat with you a little bit this evening as a follow-up on Sunday's message where we talked about cancel. So if you missed that message, you might want to take a look at that. It was, I thought, pretty informative for you. If you can get past the giggles session that I had. What can I say? Giggles happen, right? So the thought was that sometimes we get all caught up in the mental chatter. And with everything that's going on in the world, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of input that creates mental chatter and keeps us stuck in that mental chatter. And when we tap our ring finger and our thumbs together, this is a circuit that connects. The ring finger is all about your heart, so it connects your heart, and the thumb is all about your will, what I want, who I am, the truth of me. And you click those together, and then all that outside clutter disengages. Sometimes we get caught in a mental loop. And I struggle with this all the time because my mind gets caught up in something and I just keep on and on and on and on. And there's no relief from that. And it just torments me. It's mental torment. And I do it to myself. You'd think I would not want to hurt myself in that way, but it's just a pattern. that I've developed over the years. I think a lot of us have. So doing this cancel allows that pattern to just shut up. It just stops it. And that brings us into the present moment and brings us into awareness. And when we're in that state of awareness, then the real brain can connect. The real brain can be of service. And rather than telling us what we should do and have to do and got to do and not doing and how bad this is and how terrible that other thing is, this cancels that out, and then we can look and find the next step, the next positive step for ourselves, the next positive step for our community, for our world. And we're directing that from our heart space, from the heart of hearts, our soul, our intent, our will, our being that is in our awareness and our heart space. And when you have that directive from the heart space that's coming from this place of love and compassion and positivity, then that shifts everything. And then the brain goes, oh, okay, let me see if I can make that work for you. So it's a powerful thing to shift out of all of that. The verse I shared with you on Sunday, I want to read that to you again. Do not be conformed to this world. This is Romans 12:2. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. See, even in the good book it says it's important to have the mind renewed. We don't need to stay stuck. And we can renew it. It's possible. So this is giving us permission and letting us know it's possible to do that. That you may prove what the will of God is. You prove it. You prove it by how it feels for you, how it looks to you. And you can prove that which is good and acceptable and perfect. If you're stressed out, you need to renew your mind, because that's not what's right for you. That's that stuck and conforming to what everybody thinks you should be upset about. Everybody thinks you should be stressed about something, or at least that group of people thinks you need to be stressed out about this, and this group of people thinks you need to be stressed out about that. And maybe there's action you need to take in each of those directions, but being stressed out about it does nothing but keep us stuck. And no forward motion can happen when we're stuck and when we're on overload. So this is about detaching from the overload. Cancel, cancel. As I was pondering this today, praying about it actually, I got a text from Ravati Quinn. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This person is friends with several people in Facebook that are friends with me. Lives in Bangkok, Thailand. And this is what they sent to me about silence. This is called In Silence. So we're talking about quieting that chattery mind and bringing it into silence. Let's talk about that for a minute. This is complicated stuff. I want to clarify this for you. In silence, my mind can witness the beauty of the soul. Got a bunch of chatter going on. We can't do that. Because the part of our mind that a part of our awareness that can see that is disconnected. In silence, my heart can review wisdom. With chatter, our heart is blocked. We can't review wisdom with our heart. In silence, my body can feel love. We've got all that chatter going on. We can't have a sense of that love. All we can feel is the overwhelmed, distraught, frustration, or overwhelmed sense of being bombarded by the stuff that is clogging us up, keeping us stuck. In silence, I can feel wholeness. In silence, I am home with joy and peace. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? If we're not in joy and peace, we're not moving into this silence that is the spiritual silence. Now, that doesn't mean absolute quiet, but it means disconnecting from the clutter. And sometimes we put the radio on, the TV on, and sometimes there's humming from the fan or the air conditioner or whatever, and that's just more sound, and it keeps us cluttered up. When we can cancel and get into a peaceful state of being, those sounds are just sounds, and they don't irritate, they don't impose themselves upon us. So I'm not talking about absolute silence, that sensory deprivation. Now there may be some value to that. I know here in the Tri-Cities there's a float euphoria where you go in and you get in this Epsom salts water and you have this little cocoon thing and you just peaceful, quiet. And that might be an option for some people. They're not open right now, so that's not an option for us right at the moment, but you might want to try that someday. It's kind of lovely, I hear. Haven't done it yet myself. But the silence that I'm talking about is the absence of chatter. And when I read what the ancient ones had to say about silence today, here's what they said. Be within the silence. Here you will find peace, joy, comfort, insights, and awareness. So it's really the stillness that we're talking about. Being still. That doesn't mean an absence of movement, doesn't mean an absence of sound, but it means an absence of that attachment or that aggravation by all of that. It's a stillness of the soul. It's a stillness of the soul. It's bringing ourselves into that harmonic of peace. And that harmonic of peace notices that there's distress in the world and can take action. But the distressed mind that's spun up can't do anything but stay spun up. That's not where our power is. So this returning, cancel out of that franticness, is that a word? It is now. And bringing ourselves into this stillness. Remember when Jesus was asleep in the boat? And he was awakened and he rebuked the wind and he said, peace be still. And the wind got quiet. That's what this cancel does. This is saying, be still. Brain, be still. And it will calm down. It'll answer your command. You're in charge of it. It's not in charge of you. You're the boss of it. It's not the boss of you. There's a couple of other verses I want to share with you about this, and then I want to walk you through a process. Psalms 46. This one's a fun one. God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. God is refuge and strength. So when we get all flutterpated about stuff, we've forgotten to take access or create access for ourselves in this refuge and this strength. Verse 10, cease striving and know that I am God. We can't know that if we're flutterpated about stuff. But we can know that there's divine connection, that there's divine assistance here when we can move our awareness into stillness. Cancel. So it's not about shutting everything off and the sensory deprivation. It's about moving into this place where we're not overwhelmed or we're not distracted. A lot of times we use this distraction of TV or radio or whatever to keep ourselves from the clutter in our brain. It doesn't always work really well. It certainly doesn't work for me. It might work for you. I don't know. But it's still a distraction, and it still keeps us from finding the stillness within. And the stillness within is a very powerful place to be. And that's what we're looking for, is this powerful place of stillness within. So I want you to just take a look for right now. Look in your own world, in your own mind. I know you're listening to the words coming out of my mouth. How do you feel right now? Are you more still than you were a while ago? That may be because you're focused. And you've brought your attention into present moment. And bringing your attention into present moment is stillness, is empowerment, is strength. And that's where God will meet you. That's where divine source, higher power, whatever that is for you, will connect with you. Now, certainly, there are times when we're in terrible distress and God finds us anyway. I'm not discounting that at all. But when we want that willing connection where we can hear nudges and we can hear guidance and we can hear that peacefulness, it's really, really vital for us to get into that place of cancel, that stillness. And in that stillness, there's this peacefulness. Now, peacefulness is not the absence of distress. It's just living beyond that distress. It's being in a place where the distress isn't distressing. It is. And it probably always will be. If it's not distress, it'll be that distress. And when that distress is all taken care of, then there'll be this other one. There's always something, because that's life. But when we're in this place of stillness and peace, the stillness within, when we can get in that hush, peace be still, then we have the power to tune in. So now just notice your world, and you probably have a sense of distress, some things that could be distressing to you. And notice where you're feeling them. Are you feeling it in your shoulders? Are you feeling it in your mind? Are you feeling it in your heart space? Feeling it in your guts? Feeling it in your back? Ask yourself, where does your body hurt? Because your body will carry that stress. That your body carries the distress because it's trying to say, look here, pay attention. And where it's located in your body may have spiritual significance for you. My feet have been hurting like crazy, and I'm bringing my attention into my feet because this is about being grounded. This is about standing on solid ground. All this technology stuff of the Facebook stuff, this is really shaking me because I'm on new ground. I've never been here before. So being aware of that and letting my attention bring my awareness to my feet and noticing that I can be grounded in spirit. Grounded in the earth and grounded in spiritual truth. And the spiritual truth is those that are ready to hear will kind of listen beyond the giggle session and beyond the technical difficulties. It may be a challenge for them, but they're hanging in there. And that's the truth. And when I hang on to that truth, my feet feel better. Isn't that amazing? So just notice in your body where you are holding pain. And notice that that is probably a clutter disruption. And it could be yours, it could be somebody else's. Again, sometimes we pick up other people's energy and we internalize it without realizing it. When it's really their stuff. But we want to make their world okay, don't we? That's kind of, a lot of us have that empathic tendency or compassionate tendency too to want to let me take that pain on so you don't have to have it. Well, we're not helping, we help them to some extent, but we can help them better by releasing it out of our physical form. So pay attention, where is your pain? And when you notice that, cancel. And see how the pain shifts. You're giving yourself permission to move into stillness around that pain. You're giving yourself permission to bring stillness into that part of your body that's aggravated. You're giving that part of your body attention and awareness and sacredness. And Divine Source then can tap in and bring you healing energy into that space. So pay attention to your body. Does it feel better now than it did just moments ago? Maybe it's not completely done. Maybe there's a little more work for you to do in that area. That's okay. Just notice it and notice that it probably has some spiritual significance for you. You can type it to Phil and I can give you some symbolic references if you'd like. Now, notice your thinking. Where's your thinking? In the back 40, is there all this distress about what's going on in the world? I should be afraid, I should be upset, I should be stressed out. Well, there's things that are upsetting. There's things that are distressing. But again, being stressed and upset, we can't tap into that divine connection that grants us power to change our world, power to change our own lives, and power to make a difference. So now noticing that in the background, cancel, cancel. And just be with that for just a second. It's like a sigh of relief, is it not? Allow yourself to be there. Now, that hasn't changed anything, and you can still get upset about that if you'd like. It's a choice. But for now, for this moment, and maybe for the next moment, and maybe a moment after that, for just this little bit, you're choosing to be in that place of stillness. And in that place of stillness, what do we find? We find peace and joy, creativity. What else did the ancient ones have to say about that? Peace, joy, comfort, insights, and awareness. And what did the good book say about it? That which is good, acceptable, and perfect. Wow. It'd be nice to be in that state of being, that space of being, isn't it? And you can do that. You have the power to do that. And you can do it moment to moment. So I hope that's blessed you a bit. If you have any questions about where in your physical form you might be experiencing some congestion or blocked energy, and it may be an experience of pain for you, type that off to Phil, and he will let me know, and I can give you more information on that if you'd like. And I may not have all the information, but I can give you a hint. How does that sound? Let me see if I can contact Mr. Phil. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello. Has anyone noticed?
Good comments on audio and video.
Oh, yay. Finally.
I know.
How many weeks have we been struggling with all of this? And thank you for your patience of getting through all of that, because it hasn't been fun on your end either. So thank you for your endurance with that. Any questions about the location of pain or difficulty in their body?
Not yet.
Okay.
Scott says hi.
Who did? Who did?
Scott.
Oh, hi, Scott.
Vicky, left shoulder pain.
Left shoulder pain. Okay. Shoulder has to do with shoulder to the grindstone and work, pushing yourself. Left often has to do, well, some people view the left part of the body is, now I'm going to get them confused, aren't I? I'll just not say it. For me, the left side of the body is about the things that are of the past and things that you've had to effort at. So there may be some work things that you're working on to clear up the past, or some old projects that you're working on to clear up. So just bring your attention into that space and say, I'm working through. I'm doing my best. You know, my favorite phrase, she did what she could. And allow yourself to cancel that, and see if that doesn't lighten that up a little bit. Okay? Anybody else?
May said that her neck hurt, but now it doesn't, so thank you.
This stuff works. How fun is that? How fun? Just that fast.
Yep.
That fast.
Ellie said left wrist pain, kind of like a phantom carpal tunnel.
Who said that, dear?
Allie.
Allie. Which left wrist?
Yep.
Okay, so the wrist has to do with flexibility, and it has to do with being able to grasp and grip, because that's all from this joint here. When we do there's a dream, hand sign language, this is the symbol for world. So again, the left is letting go, the world, the axis of the world. So letting go of trying to fix it all, letting go of trying to take care of all of that. You can hang on to your truth without hanging on to what you think it should look like and feeling frustrated by that. So this is about letting go of having to deal with all of that. Does that make sense? So you might want to pay attention when it hits, see where your brain is thinking about current events. See how that works for you.
Mary Lou said she's got a pain right between her eyes at the bridge of her nose.
That's third eye area. That's perceptions. So this is sometimes, how can I say this? Well, sometimes when we judge or we feel as if we have been judged, this gets blocked. And you can do little circles here. You can do sweepies here, and that will open that up. That'll open that up again. So this is asking you to notice that maybe you have felt judged, and maybe you're judging yourself about being judged, whatever, and you can cancel that out. See how that works for you. Okay? Anybody else?
Yeah, Terry is her neck.
Neck. Oh, the neck thing, boy, I tell you, I get that one a lot.
No, that's me. I'm the pain in the neck.
Well, there's truth to that, Phil.
Or it could be lower than that.
That too. But the neck is about flexibility. It's about being able to see all directions. It's about being aware. So this is calling to your attention that it's time for you to bring your awareness online, your spiritual awareness. And thank you for asking this, because this is the one other thing that I wanted to talk about and I'd forgotten. When we cancel this awareness of having to be on alert about what's going on in the world, and we get stiff here and stuck here, when we can cancel that and be open, we can hear spiritual perceptions. We can hear Spirit's guidance. And this is a tuning in that allows us to relax, allows us that if there's something over here that requires our attention, we'll be able to see it, feel it, hear it, know it. If there's something over here, we'll be able to tune into that, because the impulses there are coming from a higher source and will give us that information as we need it, as necessary. We don't have to lock up about that. Now, there's some exercises you can do to loosen that, but in the meantime, that's about trying to see it all, be it all, know it all now. And it's time to give yourself permission to just be, and whatever you need will come into your awareness. You're safe. I hope that helps you. Anything else?
Brandy says baby kicking pain. Ha ha.
Oh, baby kicking pain. No, there's no cure for that, honey. Well, there is, but down the road, it's going to come.
Yeah.
Many blessings on your little baby. We're looking forward to seeing this new little creature.
Yep. Shannon says the left upper leg and the knee.
Left upper leg and knee. Okay, knees are all about surrender. Dang it. And surrender is not giving up, but it is letting go of the struggle. So, and again, this left side is stuff that it's time to leave it behind. It's time to let it go, release that. And this thigh is all about that support system for that knee. So there's something in your past that brought you to your knees, and not in a good way. So this is asking you to cancel that and bring yourself into that surrender. Bring yourself to your knees in a good way, by choice and by your own blessing, and by being the kind, sweet person that you are. I mean, good grief. Your kindness is legendary at this point. So just notice that as you're bringing your attention into your knee. Hopefully that helps.
Sandy says she can only take shallow breaths or she coughs. She says she's negative for COVID.
Okay, so the lungs carry a ton of grief. So there's a sadness here that you're hanging on to some sadness, and that's not a bad thing. It's important to notice when the world makes us sad. At the same time, it might be time to let that go so you can breathe easy, breathe easier. As an aside, Spring Forest Qigong did a whole series for a couple months on breathing for the exercises for the COVID. It was so gentle and peaceful. And when I do those exercises and processes, and they're not really exercises, they're just things, I don't cough. And most of you know I've had a cough for years and years and years and years. But if I do this, I don't cough. So you might want to take a look at that. I can send you a link later if you're interested in that. But this is about holding on to grief and sorrow. So cancel, and allow that peacefulness to be gifted to you from divine source. You don't have to manufacture it. This is not something you have to generate. It's a gift. So as you cancel this grief and this sorrow and this sadness, now just allow that to flow into your lungs, into your bronchial tubes. And as that peacefulness and stillness comes into your being, you'll be able to breathe more easily. Try that. See how that works for you. Anything else?
First of all, Mary Lou said thanks. Pain's gone.
I love it. Pain's gone. Yay. I love it when a technique works. And it's fast.
Scott, we'll kind of end with Scott probably.
Okay.
He said his feet and solar plexus.
Feet and solar plexus. So again, feet, the same thing that I've had. It's feeling unsupported by your world. And let's face it, right now, our world doesn't seem to be very supportive of us, does it? So knowing that your support does not come from this world, it comes from, let me turn that off, it's beeping. It comes from divine source. And being anchored and grounded in that. There's a Bible verse that talks about being rooted and grounded in love. And Scott, you're one of the most loving people I know. So allow yourself to be rooted and grounded in love and cancel this pain of being unsupported and bringing that energy into your feet. The solar plexus, this is kind of a pump that pumps energy through your body, brings in oxygen and all that sort of thing. When that gets locked up, this is fear. This is dread, lack of courage, being discouraged. So with your feet hurting and this locking up on you, that's, again, back to that same feeling supported, not feeling supported so that you can breathe. So bring your attention to your solar plexus, cancel, and let divine source bring you a sense of being supported, being blessed, being at ease. And that should ease up a bit. And if you have any other questions or concerns about that, we can chat more. Okay?
Silly dog.
Silly dog? What is silly dog doing?
She's just cute.
Oh, she's cute. She's sleeping on the couch. Sleeping dog is, what is that phrase?
It's a good thing.
Let sleeping dogs lay.
Uh-huh.
Rightfully so.
Especially this one.
Well, we are so grateful that you've tuned in with us. We just love you guys so much. Don't have any idea when we'll be opening up again. As restrictions loosen, there's hope.
I'm still expecting, hopefully, September. But
we don't know.
Who knows?
We don't know. But in the meantime, this is a great connection, and thank you.
It really
being
is.
here.
This is actually working out quite well.
Yes.
Lots of, some interaction and.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it works.
I will take you on a guided tour of the church. I'm going to take the camera in and do a video of the church here before long, so that, because I'm sure the rest
People
of
can
you
remember what it looks like.
Well, you miss it, and we miss the feeling of walking through the door. Remember when you walked through the door, you just felt the peace and the presence, the divine presence there. Yeah, we've created something really special there, so we're looking forward to returning to that.
Which reminds me, if you can do that, let's see, can you read through the paper backwards? No.
Donate.
It says donate. So if you can, that'd be great. Still have that building and all the stuff that goes with it and all the utilities and all that stuff, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Anyway, one little quick check-in about Toby Cat, because Toby has been staying with Mary Lilga.
Yeah, thank you, Mary and Mike.
And I guess Toby has turned into a treataholic.
Uh-oh.
So she's been...
Oh, no.
Yes. But Mary's been bringing her grass from the yard and other little treats that she would like. So anyway, we might have to send a bag of kitty treats to Mary Lilga for taking care of the cat. Anyway, let's do an energy circle. And if you're by yourself, just hands way. If there's another person in your room, left hand up, right hand down, and hover. And just be in that place of peace, that place of stillness, that place of silence. Even though there's sound, there's still that silence, that oppression has lifted. And allow yourself to be in that experience. Boy, the energy just ramped right up here. Bringing that living light of love, that peace, the joy, that inspiration that comes from divine source. Bring it into your heart, and with compassion and love, send it out your left hand. And with compassion and love, receive it with your right hand, giving and receiving in equal measure, letting that energy build. There may be someone in your circle of influence that could use healing or comfort or peace. And you can share this energy with them, and they'll pick it up. They may not quite know what to do with it, but that's not your deal. Just keep them in your awareness for just a moment. And deep breath in, and exhale to release them, bringing fresh, bright energy in. From your heart space, send it left, receive from the right. Let that energy build again. Both hands up. Allow that energy to flow into your hands, and you can feel it just sitting there. Bring it into your heart space. May your life be a prayer. God bless. We'll see you Sunday.
The mall is open now. Opened up yesterday. Everybody do their best to try to support small businesses.
Amen.
They need a lot of help right now. So do your best. I know venture out is scary, but try if you can, or if you feel right, or do all the right things and wear a mask, and we'll get all through this stupid stuff.
We'll get through it together.
Thanks.
Bye.
I'm going to go work on my van. Do body work. Ooh, and Bondo.